Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm gonna do a review of, in my opinion, the funkiest and most interesting, um, fun-loving Rolex that I've ever owned and ever seen. Um, it's none other than the Rolex Milgauss Z Blue. Um, right, just to give you a brief introduction to its history, the Milgauss was designed for scientists, and it had the anti-magnetic shield, right? Therefore, they say Gauss, um, and it just prevents magnetic damage for people working in places with high electric fields or flux. Um, Beautiful watch, right? Uh, what can I say? It's stunning. It's got the sapphire green crystal. It's got orange accents. It has the lightning bolt seconds hands, and of course that stunning blue dial, which always kind of changes color and in different shades of blue, depending on the angle and how the light reflects out of it. Um, some people just don't like it. It's not for them, and I understand why. It's probably not. It shouldn't be your first Rolex. I feel if you're getting into Rolex, you're looking for your first Rolex. It probably should be a Rolex Submariner, um, or a Rolex GMT, or an Explorer 2, or Explorer, or a Datejust, right? This probably shouldn't even, it probably wouldn't even make uh, a collector's third Rolex, um, right? Definitely not the first or second Rolex, maybe a third. And if you've got three, I think this would make a great fourth Rolex if you're really into the brand, right? That may be a bit excessive, but you don't have to own all four of it at the same time, right? It could be the fourth Rolex that you ever own. You buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. And Rolexes, the great thing about them is that you can get in and out so easily. These things are so liquid; they're so easy to sell. Um, so you don't ever have to be worried of losing money on these watches. Um, really fun looking watch. You can tell those designers had a really good time making and coming up with this color combination, and you could just tell that spirits are high. When I look at it, the green crystal reminds me of the lush forests. The blue reminds me of blue skies. The orange reminds me of the sun. The white reminds me of clouds. The blue also reminds me of ocean, right? For different shades. It's just, when I look at it, it just tells me, hey, however shitty your day is, it's a good time, right? You'll have a good time, right? Just look at it, you know. Absolutely stunning. Sometimes it looks green because of the crystal. Sometimes it looks black, right? Really beautiful watch. I will say though, this is it's a pretty thick watch. And the dial is pretty big, it's bigger than the Rolex Submariners or the other, GMT or Explorer 2 or the Daytona. This dial is bigger than all of those. The case size is the same, and I guess that's why they had to increase the dial size. Otherwise, the bezel would just be a little too thick. That being said, maybe this watch could, if there were anything to change about it, maybe they didn't have to go 40 millimeters. I think if they stayed at like 38, 38 millimeters, I think that would have been sufficient. But this watch launched in the early to mid 2000s, and it was right at the trend for oversized, really big, bulky, chunky watches. So it's to be expected. It was just during those times, right? And maybe a couple years from now, looking back, this watch may be considered to be, I don't know, maybe a little bit dated, because when I look at this even right now, I just see early mid 2000s, right? Maybe late 2000s. Simply because it's a little bit bigger. It's big, and it doesn't need to be that big, right? It's a time only watch. It doesn't even have a date, so it doesn't need to be that big. It doesn't have a rotating bezel, so yeah. I guess that's the only thing about it, right? Is that it's a little thick and it's a little bigger. It features the polished center links. It's a bit of a scratch magnet, but those things can be easily buffed out, right? I mean, what can I say? It looks great, right? Just want you guys to listen to the winding. It's of the new modern Rolexes. It's really something. Really nice. So smooth. Of course, it features it's the same bracelet as the GMT ceramic. Right, it's great. You know what? Ah, shit! I take it back. It looks great. Great on the wrist. The size is great. It's fine. It's all right. It's a little big. It's modern. Big. Looks great. All right. It just fills up the whole wrist. That's okay. Sometimes scientists are a little nerdy. They just like that, right? Scientists wear big glasses. So big dial reminds them of the scientist's glasses. So maybe that's part of the design cue. Big nerdy glasses. Okay, anyway, that's my review on the Milgauss. Beautiful watch. Highly recommended as your third Rolex. Okay, please like, please subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.